Something feels odd here. Be on your guard. Faria? How did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when...
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control symbols like that before.
How about with the stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the symbols, then we get some answers. Aim for their weak spot.
Purge malevolence!
Take this, my blackened execution!
Now
Let's see what I can do!
Destruction! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Healing circle! Meteor soul! You ascend upward!
Inside me! Be let free!
Shattering the pieces! Great blade! A chain between heaven and earth! Arch field!
Force blast!
By the power of
Now!
love and
Fall it freely!
Take it down!
Denied!
I'm ready!
Elusive deity!
Shooting star! Winds of heaven! First force! Cyclone!
Feel my lyric Sure, thanks.
It's on! Ignite!
Lightning of raging cat!
Anything in armor is all
Hear
mine!
my call!
Sword rain
Elusive
alpha!
deity!
Blow away!
Hitting pile driver! Soaring thunder!
Purge malevolence! Arctic water! In here! Here, let me help!
Rain splitter! Sword rain alpha!
Heal force! Nothing! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Breath of life!
Nothing gets by me!
Eat dirt!
I'll be saving this one! Glacial spear! Not here, evil! It's about to strike!
Look sharp, everyone! Demon fire!
Attack time! Select veil!
Radiation wave!
Take this!
Lightning! Let the marksman handle this!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of
Green
regeneration!
astral energy! Illuminate! Hear my call!
No arms being interrupted!
Raging cascade! Glacial Freeze laser!
Stop! My reach is even wider.
Malevolence! Arcane water eruption!
Your incantation will need something.
You need to be healed.
How the mighty have fallen.
No further!
Into the shadows! Far enough!
This engulfs you!
Razor Cyclone!
Shine!
Don't
Radiant
feel
light!
better!
Double
I'm
demon
light!
Heal!
I'm almost impressed.
My friend's coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Ready and will!
Now you see what I can do. It won't escape me. Take this. I'm grateful.
Divine Sage!
Sorry, trouble.
Wind of heaven! Cyclone! Magic is not in your dreams!
This should do it!
Radiant power of flame! Tame between heaven and earth!
Stop!
Explosion! Purge malevolence! Arctic water! Ready to go! Denied!
Shine!
Freeze
Radiant light!
Lancer! Dance in the wind!
Regenerate!
Photon! Don't treat me!
I can carve through armor!
Down on the ground.
Take this!
Can't get out of this.
Air thrust! Photon!
From beyond, imbue this vanquished soul with love resuscitation.
Gale Force! Dance in the wind! Sleep now. I'll make babies this way.
Shine! Radiant
Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Now it's just her! Varia, can you hear me? Varia!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more. Dohalie!
Forgive me.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalie. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
Do you think Faria was...
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe... Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that? If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure.
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally.
That vision with...
Soon, we might very well have to be ready to face anything. I'm determined to see. Hold up, you guys.
What is it?
I want to look through that room over there. I'm curious what we'll find.
That's the room you visited in your past, right? Sure. We can check it out. This looks like some kind of research facility.
A laboratory secreted away in the Forbidden Zone. Why am I past being surprised at this point?
Looks pretty deserted.
Let's check it out. It might give us a new lead.
If the people of Lenin... I think I can make this work.
Well, can you make head or tail of it?
These are experiment records, by the looks of it. Reams of them, dating back hundreds of years. Let's see. A composite being capable of controlling Danan astral energy, so as to convert its molecular and elemental makeup. The creation of a governing central figure, taking the form of a Danan. Codename Sovereign.
Sovereign.
Wait, there's more. Research into utilizing force field crystals for the purpose of stable astral energy containment. That must be the Master Course. With all this raw data, there's bound to be records here somewhere about the Maiden and the Lords, too.
About the Lords? Why would they be on there?
Think about it. The Lord's crests are clearly of a piece with those of both the Sovereign and the Maiden. Not to mention the fact that the contenders to the crown are selected from otherwise regular Renin citizens. In other words, it may be that all Renins are unwittingly being made subject to some kind of grand scheme.
What about the Sovereign? Does it say anything else?
Where do I start? All I've read so far is the headlines. There's so much here. To sift through all of it would require specialized... Wait.
What is it? Did you find something?
It's a list of names, with the title, Test Subjects, Sovereign. It's your call.
Read it.
There must be dozens of test subjects listed here. Hundreds even. All of them failures. Wait. I think I've found one that was successful. Test subject number 1273. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Alphen.
They re-engineered me. Right here in this lab.
Alphen.
It's fine, really. What about the others? Was I the only one?
Test subject number 10105. Ethnicity, NA. Unique adjustment index, generation, NA. Given name, Volron.
Volron? But that means...
He's only sovereign because someone made him that way too.
He's the last one. In 3 centuries worth of records, you and Volron are the only 2 subjects on whom the experiment was a success.
But what about the winners of the crown contests? Does this mean that none of them were ever crowned sovereign after all?
Upon victory, the Sovereign shall return to Rena and rule over Rena and Lenegis combined. When a new Sovereign is decided, the outgoing monarch shall relinquish their post and live out the rest of their days on Rena. So we were told. But according to these records, there have only ever been 2 Sovereigns, neither of whom had anything to do with the crown contest. It's all lies, including the part about the Sovereign residing in Rena. The crown contest was never about deciding a new ruler. It must always have been devised for some other purpose.
But even supposing that's true, someone must have been in charge for the past 3 centuries, right? If it wasn't the Sovereign, then who was it?
Crown contests have been held this whole time, in spite of the fact that there was already a Sovereign. Me. Meaning that for the past 300 years, someone out there has to have been maintaining that lie. The same person I'm willing to bet is behind all this.
The Red Woman? It's possible. But that doesn't necessarily mean she's the mastermind behind this scheme. She could be working for someone else. Someone back on the Renan homeworld.
Either way, it's fair to say she's definitely involved somehow.
What about the data records? Is there no other information that could help us?
Not that I can see. Just file upon file of experiment results. There's nothing here about who's behind all this, or what their endgame is, unfortunately. I've barely managed to scratch the surface, mind you. You won't be able to read through it all, but you're welcome to take a look through what you can, while we're here.
I'll do that.
So this is where Alphen became the Sovereign. Only 2 Sovereigns.
Naori,
Don't talk. I have to do this. I gave you my word that I'd help you return to Dana. The next time you open your eyes, you'll be home.
But you...
My place is here with my people. I still have a duty to fulfill. I'm sorry for what you've endured. Renan never should have dragged you into this. It's not your burden to bear.
But...
The mask contains a sedative. It should keep your mind from tearing itself apart any further. Let yourself go to sleep. This should help with the pain. Time to go, Elfin. Farewell.
Naori...
His injuries are worse than I thought. Short-term treatment isn't going to cut it. I'll have to switch the healing pod to long-term hibernation mode. The chance of surviving hibernation's less than 10%? And worse, long-term use of the mask carries a high risk of damaging his mind and nervous system. But... If I don't head back, Lennigus will be nothing but ashes, and this starship along with it. I don't know if I can fulfill my promise to you, Elfin. But if doing this will grant you even the slightest chance, I have to try. I hope it's enough. Please, live for me, Elfin. That vision. It must have been from when Naori helped Alphen escape Lennigus.
She sure went above and beyond the call of duty.
Even with Lennigus crumbling down around her, she chose to stay put with her people.
So that's why you lost your memories and sense of pain, and why you were asleep for that whole time. It was all the result of one agonizing decision Naori made to save your life.
Yeah. If it weren't for her, I wouldn't even be alive today. I owe her everything. More than I could ever hope to repay.
Now that you know how she felt, how do you plan on honoring her wishes?
She kept her promise. If the Renan people she fought so desperately to protect are at risk from a malevolent force, then I owe it to her to carry on her fight. Naori was the one who put that mask on me. It made me Iron Mask.
She did it to prevent your soul from tearing its... apart. She knew you might lose your memories and sense of pain as a result. But more than anything, she wanted you to survive. And you did.
This place. We've seen this in one of Naori's memories.
Of course. After 300 years, this is where it was held. The spirit channeling ceremony. This is where the Renis Alma was.
So this is the place where you and Naori...
The Renis Alma isn't here now. Nor is the Red Woman, it seems.
I know it's difficult, Alphen, but there will be time to dwell on the past later. For now, we need to keep moving. Come on.
Naori. What is this? Is it the work of Dana's will again?
It's been a year since the ceremony. That day, I shut away inside of myself the power that caused Alphen to lose control. Since then, my visions of the future have grown more and more fearsome. Is this another memory? No, it's different this time. It's like she's speaking directly to us. What we did back then. Not so much as a day passes when I don't think about it. About what was done to us. All in the name of a ceremony. The purpose of which we were never even told. As Sovereign, they linked Alphen's consciousness to Lenegis itself. The Renis Alma was intended to control his power, lest anything should slip through its cracks. That day, as Maiden, my role was to temper his power. I was meant to guide it forth, and give shape to the strength inside of him.
Linked to Lenegis itself? But then, everything that's been happening.
But that power showed me a vision. A vision of oblivion. When I realized that vision was a prophecy of the apocalypse we were about to unleash, I couldn't go through with it. But without a maiden, the ceremony was doomed. Alphen lashed out, his consciousness no longer his own. I did what I could. Using my abilities as the maiden, I tried to seal that power away inside of me. But it was too late. Lenegis had already been brought to its knees. Thousands upon thousands of lives so cruelly snuffed out. All because of me. Because of what I had done. With the destructive force now slumbering inside of me, I knew I had to find a way to dispose of it. Anything to make up for my failure. But I didn't know how. Especially since that power was astral energy itself. In which case, ironically enough, the Renis Alma seemed to be my best bet. That, at least, would hold the astral energy dormant. Assuming that no malevolent third party got to it first. With the Sovereign and Maiden's combined power, perhaps I could shift the chaotic energy inside me into the Renis Alma instead. That's what I hoped, but alas, it was not to be. The Renis Alma was lost, and Alphen, the Sovereign, was in a starship bound for Dana. My only choice was to seal away the destructive force inside of me using my powers as the Maiden, to buy the world what little time I could. The time needed for a new Renis Alma to be crafted, and for a new Sovereign to appear. Even if by doing so, it meant I would be passing the curse onto my descendants as well. Please, forgive me. I never meant to burden the future world with this threat too. I only wish that there was something more I could have done. Wait, you can't just...
Я ни хера не понял, но очень интересно.
Naori.
That message just now, was it directly from Naori? Or was it the Danon voice speaking through her?
What?
These are the clothes that Naori and I wore during the ceremony 3 centuries ago.
So you're saying this is the Maiden's outfit?
That's right. These clothes are designed to resonate with the Sovereign and Maiden's abilities. They focus and enhance them.
And they appeared now because...
Naori must have left them here for the new Sovereign and Maiden, knowing the day would come when they would need them in their fight against the Thorns.
These outfits are directly linked to the answers we've been chasing this whole time. If they're here, it must mean it was Naori's will for us to find those answers as well.
Locating the Renis Alma would allow us to neutralize the dark astral energy inside Shion, thereby silencing her thorns. Is that what Naori's suggesting?
It makes sense. After all, Master Cores and Spirit Vessels are both able to prevent the astral energy inside them from developing sentience. By that logic, it would stand to reason that the Renis Alma would have the same ability on a larger scale.
We have a Maiden and Sovereign. Now all we need is the Renis Alma, and we'll finally be able to free you of your thorns. Shion.
It's possible? You really think so?
I do. We can rid you of your thorns and stop the world from falling to oblivion.
However, the spirit channeling ceremony already failed once. Even if our goal is different this time, we can't be sure the same thing won't happen again. We should take care not to be too optimistic.
You're right. It's the barest sliver of a chance. But if there's even the slightest hope it can work, I'm willing to stake everything I've got on it.
I know it's too early to let myself feel relieved, but I just can't seem to help it. Just hearing there's the slightest chance, even though I know the world's still in great peril. It's selfish of me, I know, but still.
No, it isn't. You found hope to believe in. It'd be strange if you weren't over the moon about it.
Rinwell's right. We can rid you of your curse and still save the world at the same time.
Thank you. Naori entrusted us with the fate of all humanity. Now, it's up to us to prove that trust was well placed.
Starting with a little game called Hunt the Renis Alma.
Yeah, we've come all this way. Now we just need to search Lenegis and Rena until we find it.
Yeah, we can protect the world and save Shion at the same time.
I too shall lend my services. My knowledge of Renin lore is bound to be a useful asset.
And they say modesty's dead.
Miracles just seem to follow wherever you go, huh?
How do you know it's me they're following? We're all in this together, Shion. You included. Now let's get moving, shall we? Last I heard, we had an apocalypse to stop. Thank you, Naori. So Naori sealed away the power that made me lose control of her.
Sounds like this... That's quite some door, all right. This might finally be it. The heart of the beast.
We'll find the Renis Alma and the Red Woman inside, right?
After everything we've been through to get here, they damn well better be.
We'll probably be needing you to open this one for us, Sovereign.
Go for it, Alphen.
This is it, guys. Time to see what secrets are in store.
We're a long way from...
Volron! He really was still alive.
And there's the Renis Alma. Then, is this another spirit channeling ceremony?
Wait, though. Something doesn't seem right here.
Once more, the powers must be united. From the fires of chaos, the world does seek its rightful state. All must be sacrificed in the heart of Rena, at the shrine of the true sovereign.
What has happened to him? He's lost himself, reduced to a mere cog in a machine.
Hey, look! Over there!
Isn't that the Maiden's crest?
Can it be that this entire chamber is meant to act as a substitute for the Maiden?
It looks like it's still running, but... are we already too late to stop the ceremony?
If that's what caused Lenegus's transformation, And the purpose of the ceremony must have been to drain all the astral energy out of Dana.
But for what purpose? What could possibly need astral energy on that sort of scale?
I don't know. But whatever it is, I'll bet it's connected to those visions of oblivion. Regardless, we cannot stand by and let them steal Dana's energy. That said, we should retrieve the Renaissance Alma. Because right now, we need that most of all.
He's not gonna lunge at us out of nowhere, right?
Not the time, Law.
Alvin, look!
The Red Woman! So we finally found you. I have a lot of questions for you.
Wait!
What?
They all have the same face? How is that even possible? What is this?
Who the hell are they?
It can't be. Are they even people?
It's hard to know for sure, but I think they're the true rulers of Rena.
They're not feeling particularly talkative.
It's no use, Alvin. If we don't fight, we may as well be sitting ducks here.
Good point. Let's stop them before this gets out of hand.
Annihilation! The flames will roar! Feel!
Leave the torches to me! Far enough!
Without a trace!
Our arts are being interrupted.
I can do this all day!
This one's mine!
Rotating pile.
Prepare to be sealed!
Reload! In here! I'll heal you all! More for the stockpile!
Into everlasting.
Healing circle!
Negative gate! Double demon fang!
Sorry,
Dance with the wind!
Internal devastation!
A chain between heaven and
Demon
earth!
fang! Double
A
demon fang!
wailing banshee of lightning!
Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
The fire!
No
Armor won't save you!
Eagle ray!
Eternal devastation!
More for the stockpile! Ready!
Megasonic thrust!
More astral energy!
Easter!
More without from!
No further.
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Only
Nothing gets by me!
I'm going to use all the power. Where are you going?
Double demon
Divine
fang!
A whirling struggle!
Here,
A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing
anything in armor is lost!
Finish without a trace!
Smash you!
Light astral energy!
Easter!
Force of regeneration.
Thunder blade! Illuminate the
Feel my
dark!
weary companion.
Not on my watch! Into the dark!
Megasonic thrust!
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade! Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy land! A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing...
Too much. My reach is even wider.
All
Breath of
disasters
life.
made
Heal
one!
my weary
Come
companion.
forth! Healing and purity! Finish without a trace!
Leave the torches to me!
Eternal devastation!
Begin!
Explosion!
Anything in armor is all
Show
mine!
you what my art can do! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art.
Time to
Here's the
let it
healing
rip!
art!
This should do it!
Far beyond the grave side! I call upon
It's in
thee!
your hands now.
You'll pay for that!
That'll bring you down!
Demon fang!
In here!
This should
I'll
do
bring
it!
you back from death this one!
Take this!
Hit! More with that hit! Art sealed! Not in your dreams! The flames will roar! Burn it up! All disasters made one! Come forth! Radiant pierce!
Eternal
Photon
devastation!
flow!
Rising wyvern!
Radiant circle! I'm... sorry.
I'm grateful.
Now or never!
I'll grind you into
Bring
take
you back
this.
from death abyss!
Denied!
Rising wyvern!
Shine. Radiant light. Force of
You picked the
regeneration.
wrong fight!
I still got some fight left in me.
Resonate with the earth.
Reload! An out-of-hand weapon! Radiant
A whirling struggle!
Rising wyvern!
winds of heaven! Burst
Lay
forth!
beside me, yearn to be let free!
Sleep now! More for the
My natural defenses are fading. I'm a sitting duck.
Retreat from this battle.
Retreat? I would never.
Go! Just one more! Let the monster handle this! Photon, purge, Malevolent!
Shattering the
Ready to go!
pieces! Attack time!
Annihilation! Radiant,
More
heal stockpile! I'll heal you all! Light burn up! Healing circle from purge, Malevolent! Magic is down!
Here I come!
Bring out in your dreams! Blah, blah, blah! Corruption! Luna blast!
Benediction light.
Purge, Malevolent! Escape waterfall! Breeze lancer! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Photon! Blah, 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 blah! Blaze of fear! Pierce evil! Breeze lancer!
I can carve through armor!
Rending you apart! Raging cascade! Do it!
In an instant!
Impact block! Surrender! Fighting is useless now! Do you think it's really over?
Astral energy.
Watch out! They've got something up their sleeve!
What?
It's self-destructed?
Alvin!
I'm okay. Just a little roughed up.
You had me worried there.
Who said you could touch that?
Damn it! He's awake!
I should have thought as much. So you know this place?
Naturally. It was built for me, after all. We'll save that for another time. More pressing is how I'm going to tear you apart.
Even after all this time, you still insist on hating me?
You cut me down. Sovereign or not, you will pay for that.
You're obviously bluffing. You can't even move right now.
Really, is that what you think? Did you really think that such a petty device could hold me?
Are you going to claim it's because you're a ruler? Be it sovereigns or lords. In the end, they're all titles given by someone else.
Plus, what kind of ruler would spend all his time chasing Alvin, who happens to be another sovereign?
Idle prattle. I proved my worth and the Sovereign's powers were granted to me.
Were they really? We already know the title of Sovereign doesn't denote royalty. It is but an overblown codename for those with a designated part to play in these proceedings. You mentioned before that you were not the only one stolen from Dana, correct?
Yeah. Countless. Every one of them besides me died.
All of those failed experiments, and they still kept going back to Dana. There must have been some vital reason their subject had to specifically be a Danan. Then there were the records we found in the library, for you and Volron. They were logged 300 years apart, and yet the data they took from you was exactly the same. Which leads us to a single conclusion.
Then you mean Voron was kidnapped just like Alvin? But then he became
A slave from Dana. Just like us. Isn't that right, Volron?
So he posed as a Renin and caused all that suffering to his own people?
How could you? If you knew the pain of being a slave, why would you inflict that upon others?
Renan and Dana have meaningless distinctions. Me and everyone else. That is all that matters. us and take what is rightfully mine, starting with this.
A red woman.
Another one?
Give your master back on Rena this message. No one makes a fool of me. Let them know I'll make them suffer.
Don't do it!
We need to go. Alfred!
Go. But know I will be your shadow no matter where you try to run.
Let's go.
Never forget, I am the one who devours everything. Who answers to neither spirit nor man. My word is law. I am.
Are you two okay?
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Is Volron... have we finally seen the last of him?
We can but hope.
Нет.
Those red women. What the heck was their deal?
Could they be the ones behind all this? The same ones who put those soldiers in Faria in a trance?
What? Those brainless things? Either way, they've done a runner with the Renaissance. Damn it, that's the second time now!
Whatever's stolen from us, we'll steal it back. The future's ours to protect. And right now, those things are what's standing in our way. We can head them off at Rena.
Did you say Rena?
Volron mentioned a master of theirs holed up in the motherland somewhere.
If that monstrous form's their true identity, I shudder to think who they take orders from.
Yeah. There's a good chance it's not human. That's for sure.
So this thing over on Rena, that's what's really behind all this, huh?
They have the Renaissance in their grasp already, so it's unlikely they'll have cause to return to Dana. I agree that Rena's our best shot.
Then we're agreed. Let's head back to the starship.
But seriously, I was not expecting Volron to actually be here.
He seemed to care not one whit about Brennan's or Danan's.
Yeah, not in a good way.
I didn't see that.
through! You got spirit! You're mine!
Lunar corruption! Can't be
Take this!
They really don't give up, do they?
Now you'll learn!
Denied! Mega Ray! Shooting star!
A whirling struggle.
Mega Ray!
Too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Not today!
Listen!
Hey, drink it!
Ready and
I'll heal you all!
I'll smash you!
One more!
Go
Magic
in.
is in!
Go in.
Blah, blah, blah! Gentle! Blah, blah, blah! No more playing nice! Divine Seed! Blah, blah, blah! In here! I'll be saving this one! Here, can't get away!
It's time!
Celestial!
Can't get out of this!
Make it way!
You'll
In an instant! Impact block!
Lunar
Demon
corruption!
Ignite!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Hurricane blast! Lightning raging cascade!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
Go no further!
Rising Wyvern!
Not in your dreams!
Far enough!
You're mine!
This one's mine!
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
Captain, this one's mine! I never miss! Aqueous Surge!
Demon Fang!
Searing Flare!
Time to let it rip!
Reload!
Take
Wind
it!
Astral Energy!
This one's mine!
Wind Astral Energy!
Here's the evil.
Celestial Freeze Lancer!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me
Be
help.
still!
Lightning Dance with the Wind!
You picked the wrong fight!
Air Thrust! Lunar Corruption!
Now see what I can do! In a bind?
Divine
Splendid
Ready!
Flash!
Mega Ray! Lightning!
Shockwave
Steel!
Flash!
Glacial Raging Cascade!
Here I come! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for! Get behind me!
A wailing
I'll leave
bandit!
it to you!
Freeze Lancer!
There!
Tempest!
Denied!
You require
Look sharp!
There!
Take this!
Shield and Burn!
Burn!
Magic is there! Where are you going?
Holy
Armor won't save you!
Blah, blah, blah! By the power of
Time
without a trace!
to let it rip!
Blah, blah, blah! In here! Ready!
Lightning Flash!
Healing Circle!
Appreciate your help!
Lunar Corruption!
Take this!
Lord for the Star!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Lightning condemned!
Shockwave
Thunder! Now we're
Make it right!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Out of my way!
Not today!
Look sharp!
It's go time!
Look!
Now you see what I can do!
These ones can run rings around us!
Lightning Thrust!
Steel! I'll be saving this one! Magic is there!
Denied!
Crossblade! Now something special!
Inferno
Leave the
crossing!
ensnaring to
Look
me.
sharp!
Yeah! And then bubbling to me!
I'll be saving this one!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Firmament Render!
Swallow Blade! The
Sharp
flame
as
inside
all
is
I
cured
am.
to be let free!
Annihilation! I never miss! Oh, Spartan! Rain down and purify all!
Any injuries?
What the? When did it get pitch dark all of a sudden?
The lights are all out. Think it has something to do with the explosion back in the Forbidden Zone?
Doe?
You two.
Faria, Avakir. Thank goodness you're safe.
Avakir filled me in about everything. About how I ambushed you all.
She doesn't remember a thing, so she really was being controlled.
He told me about Tarnigan, too. Is it true?
What difference does it make? What's done is done.
Stop casting me off, just for once!
Faria, not now. It can wait. Dohalim, Lenegus is in grave peril.
So I can see.
It's the city's core reactor. It's damaged. Some of the basic systems we've managed to keep online, but complete restoration's still a way off.
You're an elite technician, though. You can fix it, right?
If so, then what's the problem?
Panic's begun to set in among the citizens. Until now, whenever something like this happened, the Sovereign would issue a decree. But this time, not so much as a peep. Any longer, and we run the risk of riots breaking out before we can get things back up and running.
Forget the Sovereign. I doubt you'll be hearing from him anytime soon.
What's that supposed to mean? Do you know something I don't?
Suffice it to say, the Sovereign isn't the kind of ruler we thought he was. That is, if he ever even existed, which is looking doubtful at this stage.
Are you out of your mind? Why, if people knew that a lord such as yourself was whispering such blasphemy, they'd...
There's no time to explain now. It sounds like we need to find a way to keep Lenegus from spiraling out of control.
We need to stop that riot.
But how do we do that?
Riots feed on discontent and unrest, right? So if we want to keep the peace, we just need to put people's minds at ease.
At ease? Like by letting them hear directly from someone they trust. That's it. Who's the highest-ranking person in Lenegus right now?
Lenegus wouldn't have a next in line. After all, you said the Sovereign rules over everyone directly, right?
Correct. The closest thing to an authority figure would be a lord. And the only one left is... Ah, very well then. Avakir, you mentioned a few facilities were still online. Which ones?
Looks like the people of Lenegus can rest easy.
In one sense. How long have you...
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Did we really just spend that much...
Easy peasy. I knew I could handle it.
Damn! The hell just happened?
Our course has been altered. The coordinates are pointing to a different destination.
What's that?
The ship's controls aren't accepting my commands. The engine is being shut down.
That's bad, right?
Quite bad. We've lost control of the ship.
Is all of this the Red Women's doing?
Are they trying to finish us off before we can land?
Everyone, look there!
Flower blooming out of Retta?
But that flower looks like it's absorbing all of Dana's energy.
And it appears Lenegis is serving as a conduit for that energy to reach here. Could that have been its true purpose all along?
If that's true, do you think the people back on Lenegis are all right?
We can only pray that they are.
Damn it! Haven't they taken enough already? When is this going to end?
The Flower of Oblivion.
With everything that's happening, we need to get back to Lenegis. Is the ship still offline?
Unfortunately, yes. Even more so than when it lay dormant.
Can you fix it?
Starships are extremely complex machines. One wrong move while we're out here in space could very well cost us our lives.
So what? We're just stuck inside here, floating around? For how long?
I don't believe this. We've made it all this way, and now we're stuck here? We're watching Dana die before our eyes, and we have no choice but to sit here and starve to death?
Law, calm down! You're not the only one who's worried here.
Right. Sorry.
It's still too early to give up. There has to be a way to get out of this.
Alphen.
Now what?
The starship, it's back online?
No, this is different. Something is pulling our ship in towards it.
We managed to get moving, but where are we?
It looks like Lenegis in here.
Do you think we might run into more remnants here? Or those red women?
Perhaps. Someone brought us here. The question is, who?
We haven't been ambushed, so that probably means they aren't hostile. Still, why would anyone want to bring us here?
Hey, Shion!
If they wanted to attack us, they could have done so while we were back on the starship. We should see where this path takes us.
Shion.